let's go straight into it. Undisputed light heavyweight. This fight itself, two guys who are superstars in their own right, but coming together is making for me one of the biggest collisions that we've seen and one we're waiting for. I want to go to Dmitry Bivol first. His name or his profile would have been highlighted by beating Canelo Alvarez for a lot of casuals. Just talk to me about his strengths going into this particular fight.
I think Bivol is just like he's a technician. He's a guy. He's very calculated. His distance management is excellent, excellent fundamentals, and he's just sharp. With Bivol, what we've seen, especially in the Canelo fight, was just how sharp he can be. The bully tactics that Canelo got away with against a lot of opponents, he realized with Bivol he was too sharp for that. He kept him at his distance. Sometimes when Bivol was having success, Canelo was trying to draw him into a firefight, but he saw the discipline of Bivol where he was just like, nope, I've tagged you the amount of times I needed to. He would back off and then he would just re-engage on his terms. So very tactile, tactical fighter.
In terms of one of the things going forward in this fight, obviously, lots been talked about whether it'll go the distance or not. We talk about Beterbiev power and stuff. How much of an advantage is it for you that Dmitry Bivol in his fights is someone who can go the distance and his skill set allows him to reset in certain fights and he maybe isn't as one dimensional as Beterbiev is being categorized.
Well, this is the mistake that people are making. This is where it gets scary for Beterbiev. Sorry, scary for Bivol, ironically, because if you think that Beterbiev is just some people are going on like Beterbiev is like Wilder, like he's just gonna go there and then it's just gonna be like some. Let me just go in there and just avoid the knockout punch because he hasn't got no skill or technique.
Yeah, he's not a
Uh,
Neanderthal boxer.
yeah, and
He's a skilled boxer with bludgeoning power, which we'll talk
he
about.
is a boxer puncher, and I think people forget to give him that because obviously he has got 100% knockout record. But if you actually see him fight, the way he knows how to pressure people doesn't get enough credit because they just look at the end result. And I think someone mentioned it, I forgot what broadcast, but which is very true. And I think I would agree too, where they say Bivol will get the early rounds because Beterbiev sometimes will, it will take his time to get his groove. The longer the fight goes, though, however, will be dangerous for Bivol because once Beterbiev starts rolling down the hill, that is a hard rock to stop. Like he's just a boulder. He's a rhino. Any just absolute freight train. Once he gets started, it's very hard, and you see it a lot of the time with his victories where the moment he senses blood, he just doesn't stop, and he's not reckless. He knows how to finish people in a very tactical way rather than just rushing in. He's not gonna go in there and get countered. Like he does it so. Ah man, that's my guy. So we'll see how
Listen,
it go.
let's talk about him anyway, because like you said, and I'm glad you said this because I think the same. I think it's a lazy take when people say, "Oh, Bivol can do the 12 rounds. Better BF, he may tire out, whatever of that nature." Just because he's a fighter that's never been the distance, but he's never needed to go the distance because of the way he's able to break down his opponents. I said it before. He's got bludgeoning power, but it's a tactical bludgeoning power. So
Hmm.
just talk to me a little bit more of the strengths of Beterbiev going into this fight and how it can hurt Dmitry Bivol in this particular fight.
I think yeah, the strength also comes in ironically in the underestimation of him,
Mm.
which is crazy because of like just what he's done. But his amateur pedigree will show you that he's had like hundreds of fights and then five losses or something like that. The guy knows how to box. He's just been blessed with power as well. And like I said, he's a boxer puncher. He's not just a puncher as people try to label him as. And I feel like the thing with Bear Beaver as well is that the IQ of knowing how to finish people. He's not just someone where it's just like, okay, go in there and beat your opponent. Also, just knock him out. Like I said, it's not like a Wilder situation where he just goes in there and he's gonna be losing the fight and he's just relying on that one punch. It's like no, he can go in there and box with the best of them as well. So, and like you said, the bludgeoning shots. what's scary is that the power carries on into the later rounds. So it's not just the early round and then he tries to swing for you and then the arms go. It's like you've seen in a lot of his fights. It's just it carries. That power carries. No matter what round, you can't let your guard down. The moment you do, you can get caught. Now, here's the issue with Beterbiev. Father Time is undefeated, and I'm so scared that it will catch up to him in this fight. I hope it doesn't, because this is a fight that we wanted for a long time. Then the WBC had that stupid ruling before where they were like, Russians can't fight for the belts or some nonsense. Now that Turkey's got money, all of a sudden that
It
rule
don't matter.
that ruling disappeared. All of a sudden, Russians don't need to be penalized, which it was a stupid rule in the first place. But has that wasted too much time off of Beterbiev's prime? Because you could argue that he's in a twilight now, but his twilight's just better than a lot of people's primes. But I just hope he's had that the last 2 or 3 fights he's had to postpone because injuries are piling up and
He got injured here as well, and then
yeah,
this postponed as
he
well.
got injured. Oh yeah, because it's meant to be June, isn't it?
Yep.
So he got injured again, and I'm hoping that his body holds up just for this fight. My ideal scenario would be Beterbiev wins, and then he goes, "I've done it, undisputed, relinquish the belts, I retire." I know. I forgot what publisher it was. Apparently, there was like he might be entertaining Cruiserweight, and I'm just like, please, man, you're one of the few people that can potentially quit while you're ahead. I hope better people can get the job done and do exactly that. And especially because if he then gets all of them, then relinquishes the belt, is a better chance of the UK fights to now get a light heavyweight championship.
I was gonna say this. I don't know. We've touched on going the distance and stuff. So yeah, Bivol's obviously touched the championship rounds in the past a bit more frequently compared to Beterbiev. Can that be potentially a factor if you can see him slowing down and including that father time as well?
Most fighters, I would say, is worrying. Most fighters, but Beterbiev isn't most fighters. Most fighters, I would say, yeah, you might have to be worried because you haven't touched the later rounds. But it's not, like I said, it's not like he's some flash knockdown guy or is like complete KO power. This is a guy that he's gone later rounds. It just happens that he's able to get you out of there before it gets to like maybe the championship rounds. But I don't doubt I've seen Beterbiev's conditioning. That guy doesn't cut corners, and I feel like as long as his body doesn't give way, he will be in a condition to go the rounds he will need to be. So it'll be interesting to see Bivol's tactics. Well, here's where it gets more interesting because Bivol has been accused of coasting
Yeah,
against lesser guys.
I was gonna say he's quite a coaster in my opinion. But the last fight he did, he got the finish.
Well, he needed to because I'm just
He
like that
needed
guy
to.
does.
Yeah.
It's like when there's someone that's been a bit of a threat to him, he's done that thing where he just coast. And then there's cases where, like his last fight, where it was just like, listen, you've gone away with coasting before. The level of fight the last guy is like, this should not be a coast job. This should be go in there, get him out of here, get paid. Like, don't be long with this.
Is there a scenario before we get predictions and wrap up where Dmitry Bivol can, for me personally, do the impossible and stop Beterbiev?
He's a championship level fighter. Of course it can happen.
I just can't see it. I can't.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying I doubt it, but like I said, this comes down to once again father time. There might be a case where Beterbiev body just gives out, and then Bivol is there to take advantage of it as much as it will hurt. So those is not impossible for that to be a case where it's just like, all right, cool. Beterbiev is his body just starts slowing down, and Bivol sees something there, and then it's just like brilliant, going there for the kill. I think Bivol does have that killer instinct. He just normally decides to chill
I
on the
guess he
side.
feels so confident in the fight and how it's outgoing that he doesn't feel like he needs to
Yeah.
exert himself in that. Just quickly then, before we wrap up, you can't be on the fence. This is why I call a true 50-50 fight.
Oh, Beterbiev.
Let's go.
That's my guy,
You know
Beterbiev.
what? You know what? I'm happy because this is the first time we're gonna agree because I can't be bothered with Bivol winning. But I have separate agendas. I have separate agendas
Oh
for
no,
that.
I know why your agenda's
Um,
nasty, and there's a reason why your guy Canelo ain't called out Beterbiev, but it's cool. I understand.
we
To
don't
be
need to do
fair,
that. We don't need to put our Mexican
I
heritage on the line.
absolutely understand. I
Yeah,
wouldn't either.
100%.
I wouldn't either. So let's hope for Beterbiev to win. I want him to win. I as sadistic as this sounds, I slightly want it to be grueling for him. I want it to be a late finish for Beterbiev.
Yeah,
I want him to really go to a dark place to get this win. Just so it happens and then he goes, all right, cool, this is it. I'm tired. Because
I
I feel
know.
like
I do get what you mean.
if he cruises, he'll stay. If he has a grueling fight and gets a late finish, I think that'll be his body telling him, yo, we haven't got too many of these left in us. Let's quit whilst we're ahead. You've got undisputed status. Hopefully, it's a healthy paycheck and he scatters the belts. And if he's going to go to a cruiserweight, and they're going to put him in there with Jay Upper Tire as well, won't they?
Turkey will push it. Turkey will push it.
Nah, man. Please leave the game before the game leaves you.
Nah, I hear it. I hear it. I was gonna say something nasty, but I'm not going to because we're gonna wrap up.
It's
But we
Artur,
say
man. Be respectful.
no. I was gonna talk about the WBC and Canelo and light heavyweight. But if you know where I'm going, you know where I'm going. Anyway, guys, we're gonna we're gonna wrap up today's episode as always. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, keep an eye on the channel for all the content coming forward as well. Until next time, I've been Abbas. This is my man Ray. Until next time, peace.